Sadness is felt due to a lack of options. Anxiety is caused by having too many options. When sad, look for opportunities. When anxious, make a decision. Last week I appeared as a guest on a friend's podcast. His name is Alex, he's 25 years old and he lives in the southwest of England in a place called Cornwall. He told me he couldn't be further away from civilization if he tried. I've never been to Cornwall, but I have an idea of how remote it is. After a good and really deep conversation about neuroscience, how to overcome social anxiety and how to cure life dissatisfaction, we then started to speak about the common feeling most English people share to escape the UK. After a point in the conversation, Alex told me that he'd been fantasising about putting his backpack on, jetting off to Australia and returning to his backpacking days. But from my experience and listening to him in the conversation, I couldn't help but feel that that would be an unnecessary escape for him, and that he'd arrive in Australia as the same disgruntled Alex that he'd been in the UK. So I told him what I thought in the conversation, and we began to unpack the roots and the cure to his fantasy of wanting to escape the life he was currently living together. And the conclusions that we reached have been on my mind ever since, and they've really unlocked something for me as well. So that's what I'm going to share with you within the next 5 minutes. In his book Ready for Anything, David Allen, the renowned productivity expert, says, "For more clarity, look from a higher place. Whenever thinking is murky, ambiguous, or off purpose, you must let go of the level you're focusing on and shift the horizon to another plane. If you're busy, action, and unclear, stop and review your plans. If you're planning, organising, and unclear, get to a whiteboard or blank piece of paper and do a mental core dump to get the ideas and information you may be missing. If you're trying to free range or get outside the box, brainstorm and unclear, drop back and revisit the image of what success would look like for more specificity. If your vision is too ill-informed, return to your purpose, why you're doing the thing at all. Clarity is never found within something unclear. You must loosen your conceptual grip, let go, and lift your sights." Later in the chapter, he also says, "Success in life may have more to do with how fast you can accept and get started on the new game than with how good you got at playing any of the old ones." So the idea here is simple. Presence. So perhaps you've lost your job, broken up with your partner, or you're a bit hazy about your direction in life. Instead of occupying your mind with idle thoughts of the future and what's to come, adopt a cold plunge mentality and absorb all of your energy into your current situation, no matter how ugly it might seem to you. Because overcoming the hardships and the trials that currently beset you in life and figuring out the next direction you want to take that is much more meaningful than the dull, mindless existence that you're currently living can only come about through a genuine connection to the present moment through your actions and awareness. Then, and only then, when you have that absorption into your current situation, can you then make the changes in your life that you want to see. You have to zoom out and then zoom back in. Bringing it back to Alex, even though he wants to escape his reality and he wants to make big changes in his life, what opportunities is he not seeing because he's not present enough to look? I'll give you an example from my life, right? So I currently live in the southeast of England in a town in Kent, which is like a county. And I don't socialise with anyone here other than one friend that I have and my family. Mainly because I'm working and I know I don't want to be here for a really long period of time. So I'm just knuckled down and I'm focusing on my work. But it wasn't until 1 week ago that I realised I have one of the biggest cities in the world on my doorstep. London. There are numerous clubs I can go to like jiu-jitsu, there are numerous opportunities I could get myself into, and there are millions of people I could meet and potentially connect with because we are like-minded. And I came to this conclusion literally by asking myself, what opportunities am I not seeing? I started to search for the unknown unknowns, the black swan. As any performance race driver will tell you, coasting is the most dangerous behaviour of all. You have to stay involved with the pedals. You have to get into the game you're in. So get into the game that you're currently in, even if you want to stop playing that game and you want to start playing a new one. Because your next course of action will only reveal itself to you if you're present enough to look, listen and think now. Also, absorbing all of your energy and focus into the present moment will put you on a death ground. Now that is a war strategy from Robert Greene's 33 Strategies of War. You can check out this video up here because it's only 3 minutes long and it will really awaken you to putting yourself in a situation where you're forced to act, and you can be a lot more productive and your senses are a lot more heightened because of it. So feel free to check that video out. Essentially, the idea is that if you put a samurai warrior into a corner and there's 15 other warriors around him, he'll fight like hell to get out alive. So even if you want to make big changes in your life, you might be placidly sitting there thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to wait. But again, getting into the game that you're in will be like, okay, I have to make this change now. But your connection to the present moment will actualize that change rather than sitting around and waiting for the next game to just suddenly happen. Good material often lies idle for want of someone to make use of it. Just give it a trial. So get into the game that you're in. Thank you for listening, as always, and thank you for your time and attention, because I know that it is a huge commodity nowadays. If you like the ideas in this video was adapted from a newsletter I send out. I've got 18 people subscribed to it at the moment. I'd love for you to be the 19th. That would be pretty awesome. It's completely for free. All you have to do is click the link down below. You go to the website and then you put your email in. I think you have to confirm it. And then, yeah, you get a philosophical or psychological piece of wisdom from me, only 3 minutes a week, every Thursday. And it will set you about on your week in a more philosophically enlightened mood, ready to deal with the hardships and trials of life. So check that out if you're interested, and I will see you in the next one as the sun is shining down upon all of us. Adios.